It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Y'all, you know what day it is. It's a Monday, and especially it's a Monday after a long weekend. We need to get our blood pumping again to face the week anew. We're gonna make it a big time metal Monday, and I have what I think we need for today. It's music from the band Anthrax. I'll be listening to music from this band for the very first time today, and I'm not quite sure what I'm in for, but I'm happy that you are along for the ride. So about 3 weeks ago, I finished my complete album listen to Metallica's Master of Puppets. A really great album. I very much enjoyed it. That came out in 1986. And with that reaction, a lot of people started in the comments asking for more music from Megadeth. And so I changed my plans for the week after that, and I got to music from Megadeth, and we heard Hangar 18 from their album Rust in Peace. And so, I was also reminded that I've listened to music by Slayer on the channel. And as a result of all of these thrash metal episodes coming along, the Anthrax fans started renewing their drumbeat for some music from their favorite band. Because, as they say, Anthrax is one of these top big four thrash metal bands. And I haven't heard their music yet on the channel. So that ends today. I am going to be listening to one of their songs that was quite often suggested, and it looks like it's a big one for this band. It's called Caught in a Mosh, and it comes from their third studio album called Among the Living. This album was released in March of 1987, so right in that same era that Metallica was coming out with Master of Puppets. Anthrax was actually on tour with Metallica when that tragic bus accident that killed Cliff Burton happened, right? And as a result, this album is dedicated to Cliff's memory, which I think is really cool. The band's touring schedule with Metallica, along with the success of especially this album, Among the Living, brought Anthrax into discussion as one of those four leading metal bands, like we said, along with Metallica and Slayer and Megadeth. And so they were now starting to play big arenas and stadiums instead of these smaller venues. And a whole bunch of their fans were asking me to get to this song, so that's what we're going to do. Y'all, we've got Joey Belladonna. That's a cool name. Joey Belladonna on lead vocals. Dan Spitz is on lead and backing guitars. Scott Ian is on rhythm guitar and backing vocals. Frank Bello is on the bass and backing vocals, and Charlie Bernante is on the drums. So here's what I'm going to be doing today, y'all. I'm going to be listening and watching to the official video of this song, Caught in a Mosh. On YouTube, I'll just be showing the album cover to avoid a block. But if you want to watch this reaction with the video embedded, you can find that over on my Patreon site, which is patreon.com/Doug Helvering. So there you go, friends. Let's get into this. This is going to be Anthrax, Caught in a Mosh. Off we go.
Wow!
Okay.
What is it?
There's the crowd. And it's a handheld bit of filming. What is it? Caught in a Mosh. Okay. That's a big open D chord. That's the A. Back to D. Okay. We'll get it. Up a step to E. Are they going to stay in E? I think they are. Okay. That's a half step above that E. Yes.
Can't say I'm on another day. I ain't gonna live my life this way.
Cold sweat, my fists are clenching. Which one of these words don't you understand? Talking to you is like clapping with one hand. Fast off beats from the percussion. Were you dropped as a baby because brain you lack? Interesting. Okay. That's a cool progression. E, up to C, down to F sharp. Tritone. Woo! Scott Ian looks familiar. I've seen him before. I've seen him around. The rest of the guys I'm not familiar with. The C, F sharp, the same progression, but with a slightly different backing rhythm. Back to that riff like the beginning. So now the snare is on the strong beat. Before it was on the off beats. Talking to you is like clapping with one hand. That's a fun line. What is it? And there you go. That's a quick song, friends. It was fun to see the video with them and look at all the 80s hair that was flowing back in the day. It's not one of my favorites, y'all. I understand why bands like Metallica and Megadeth were a little bit maybe more widespread. Good Lord, more widespread in their scope. I thought that the vocals were okay. I thought that the riff was aggressive, but not anything really out of this world. I thought that a progression in the riff between the C and the F sharp while we're in E was pretty cool. Because that tritone is not in the same spot that you would think that it's in. And sometimes they were using an F natural, and sometimes they were using an F sharp, so it was hard to tell whether they were really kind of in Phrygian mode once they got up to that E, or whether they were actually in E minor. But aggressive, that music was. Apparently, y'all, The main phrase, caught in a mosh, came from one of Scott Ian's guitar techs. He had apparently injured his back in a mosh pit. I've never been in a mosh pit, y'all. I don't know what would happen if I got in a mosh pit. I'd probably get trampled on, or trample on somebody else as I fell over. But this guitar tech had injured his back in a mosh pit, and when he was asked what happened, he replied, "I got caught in a mosh." And that phrase took off, and Scott applied it to some similar experiences where he was metaphorically stuck, right? He was stuck in these situations and he wanted to get out of it. He was caught in a mosh, right? It's a neat metaphor. And to Scott, it was the being stuck in the most metal of situations, which is the mosh pit. And thankfully, I've never been caught in a mosh. I've been, I think, at the back of a pretty tame mosh pit, but getting in the middle is something that a guy who's 6'4" and about 280 pounds doesn't do all that often, because if I get in the front row, then the people behind me are just going to get upset. Well, Anthrax fans, that was, I think, a successful first time through with some music from this band. So what next should I get to from them? I want to make sure that I am including some music from all four of these big time thrash metal bands, and this is my first time with Anthrax. So let me know which one should be next. I trust y'all's opinion. Y'all haven't steered me wrong yet. So blood pumping for a Monday. We have been successful with that. My blood is now going, so I think we can face the week, friends. Anthrax, caught in a mosh. Don't get caught in a mosh this week or next week. Try to stay away from that. But if you can, I think you'll be successful. I think that's going to be a fun thing. Anthrax, caught in a mosh. It was good to listen to these guys finally on the channel. So do in the comments, let me know which song of theirs you would like me to get to next. I believe that is all for me for today, my friends. I thank you for being with me, and we'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.